You know that feeling when you care deeply about someone and then you start to wonder if maybe you care too much? Like you're showing up, you're trying, maybe you're even pushing a little, but instead of leaning in, the other person pulls away, and suddenly you're left with this awful thought. Maybe I'm too much. Maybe they're better off without me. That feeling when you reach out and no one reaches back is one of the most painful experiences in relationships. And today, I want to talk about what's actually happening underneath that process and what to do with it. I'm Dr. Denim Slade, and for nearly 30 years, I've been helping people learn how to value and authentically incorporate themselves into their lives and relationships. I was talking with a client recently who shared something that hit me so hard. She told me that when she went away to college, she felt like she had pushed her mom way too hard. She said, if I push too hard or I'm being too much and the other person just lets me go, I hate how that feels. I want to feel like they'd fight for me. And when she left home, she told herself that her mom was probably relieved, like she'd finally gotten rid of her. Now, whether that was objectively true or not isn't the point here. What mattered was how it felt, like she had shown up too big, too intense, too emotional. But instead of being met with reassurance, she was met with silence. And that silence told her, see, you are too much. And at the same time, not worth fighting for. This is such a common dynamic in close relationships. We push because we care. We pursue connection. We reach for reassurance. But when the other person doesn't meet us there, or worse, they pull away, our brains use it as evidence of our deepest fear, that we're too much or not enough, all at the same time. So what do? We start to shrink. We stop asking for what we need. We tone ourselves down, hoping it'll make the relationship safer. Here's a really important catch. When we stop showing up fully, we also stop giving the other person a chance to actually know who we really are. We think we're actually protecting the relationship, but what we're doing is disconnecting from it. Underneath this, there's a longing. It's not just about wanting someone to stay. It's about wanting someone to fight for you, to prove that your presence matters enough to be inconvenient sometimes. That longing says, please don't leave me when I get messy. Please show me that I'm still safe, even when I'm not easy. And unfortunately, if you disconnect and disappear, you will never get what it is that you're craving. The kind of scary truth is that the only way to find, create, and maintain relationships that will feel the way that deep down you know that you want them to feel is by staying in the game and finding out if you are what they want. You will not ever be able to feel seen if you hide. I want to say that again. You will not ever be able to feel seen if you hide. We all want that. But for some people, especially those who are wired for deep emotional connection, that fear of being too much runs deeper than we realize. This pattern shows up most often in what I call the C temperament, or the feelers. C's crave emotional safety and connection. They're wired to sense the emotional shifts before anyone else does. They feel it when the tone changes, when someone withdraws, when something's off, and it hits them hard. When a C reaches out and the other person doesn't reach back, it doesn't just feel like rejection. It feels like erasure, like they're trying to remove all traces of you, because their brain starts saying, if I mattered, you'd fight for me. And when that fight doesn't come, the C often takes it as proof that they were, in fact, too much to be wanted and not enough to be worth fighting for. The way through this is not learning to need less. It's by learning to see your needs as valid. Your desire for connection isn't weakness. It's part of what makes you human. And your drive for it is part of what makes you a C. Sometimes the people around you simply don't know how to meet you there. That doesn't mean that you're too much. It means you've been seeking connection from someone who doesn't speak the same emotional language that you do. The work is to keep showing up authentically, to voice what you need clearly, and to surround yourself with people who know how to stay, even when things get big. You have to remind yourself that you aren't just looking for anyone. You're searching for your people. You're looking for people who want you. And if you feel like you have to pretend not to be you in order to be wanted and liked in a relationship, it will always end up feeling yucky. That's because part of your brain will be saying, if I was being myself, if they really knew me, they would think that I was too much, too sensitive, too complicated, or that I wasn't enough, not fun enough, not brave enough, not something enough. Can you see that the only way to feel like you're not too much and enough is by being you? So if you've ever been told that you're too sensitive, too emotional, or too much, please hear this. You're not too much. You've just been in environments that made you feel unsafe to be yourself. And when you start learning how you're wired, how your temperament drives your needs, you can finally stop apologizing for who you are and start connecting in ways that actually work. If that resonates, I'll link to my core temperament assessment below. It's a simple way to understand how you're wired for connection and how to stop feeling like you have to shrink to be loved. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe to learn more about how to be a healthy you.